I was in college when I met Nina. She was my roommate. We became good friends in a very short span. She was bubbly and cheerful. We, too, became popular in no time. Her boyfriend Matt often held parties at his farmhouse. We used to go there, get drunk and pass out. I mean, we were young, and who thinks about the future at that age? Nina was a jolly, cheerful girl. Every boy in college had eyes for her, and every girl aimed her for popularity. It was a rainy afternoon. We didn't go to college that day. Nina and I were chilling in our house. I was watching videos on my phone, lying on my bed suddenly. I saw Nina coming out of the bathroom, wearing revealing clothes. "Hey, where are you gonna go in this rain?" I asked. "No, stupid. I'm not going anywhere. I have to click some pictures for my OnlyFans account." "You have an OnlyFans account?" "Haha, yeah. How else do you think I buy all these clothes and jewelry?" Nina's a shopaholic, because she spends a lot of money to buy clothes, makeup and all. But I didn't know she has an OnlyFans account. I said, in a worried voice. "But Nina, do you think it's a safe way to earn money?" "I mean, there's so many creeps out there. And what if someone takes advantage of your photos?" "Relax, I don't show my face in those pictures. And anyways, no one is interested to see my face here." I felt a little relieved that at least she is keeping her identity hidden. Since that day, Nina often dressed up in clipped photos to post on her account. She didn't tell her boyfriend about that and made me swear not to tell anyone either. She was my best friend. I had to listen to her. One day Nina and I went to work out at the college gym. We were exercising on our own when suddenly we heard a squeaky voice behind us. "You girls come here often." Turning back, we saw Miss Stanley. She's our librarian. "Hello, Miss Stanley," I said, in a cheerful voice. But she didn't even look at me. Instead, she said to Nina, "You have a beautiful figure, darling." Nina smiled, saying, "Oh, you are so sweet, Miss Stanley." She checked her out from top to bottom and said, "Is that a mermaid tattoo on your waist, Nina?" "Yes, Miss Stanley. You like my tattoo?" Miss Stanley laughed and walked away. "She's fond of you, it seems." She didn't even reply to me. "How rude," I said, in an upset voice. "Oh, my little Portia. You are beautiful too. But you need to be attractive to catch people's eye." I won't lie that it didn't feel insulting, but I knew Nina said this casually. She didn't mean it like that, so I shrugged it off, smiling awkwardly. "Let's go, we'll be late for the party," Nina said. That night we went to Matt's house. It felt like the entire class came to this party. People were going crazy. Some were jumping in the pool, getting drunk, while some vomited on the floor, passed out. Nina drank a lot that day. I tried to stop her, but she ignored me, so I got a bit aloof from her too. I saw her dancing near the pool with Matt, when suddenly, her phone rang. She left her phone with me, so I saw an unknown number flashing on the screen. I walked in and headed her to call. "Yes. Who is it?" "Wait, there's too much sound here. I can't hear you. Just wait a second." Nina went out to take the call. I came back to my seat, and started to talk to my friends. That night, most of us stayed back at Matt's house. I woke up hearing Matt shouting out loud, "Then where the hell did she go? How come none of you saw her leaving? Come on, someone say something." "What happened, Matt?" "There you are, Portia. Where's Nina? You must know where she is." I scratched my sleepy head and said, "I don't remember." She was here only. But what happened?" Matt replied in a panicked voice, "Nina is nowhere to be found since last night. No one has seen her, even called the hostel. She didn't go there, neither is she in class. I have called 1,000 times since morning. Her phone is on switched off mode. That was the last night I saw my best friend. Nina went missing." The college ran searches all around the area. The cops got involved. We were all questioned and interrogated several times, but no one can give any information about her. 3 days went by. Nina's parents were crying all day. Everyone at the college was shattered in fear. What happened to a young girl, all of a sudden? I told the cops that she got a phone call from an unknown number. She went to take the call outside, and since then, no one saw her. I had to tell them about her OnlyFans account as well. Various kinds of rumors started spread in the college. Some said she got abducted by a creep from this OnlyFans site. Some said she probably went somewhere and will be back soon. But I knew something bad happened to my best friend. Suddenly, the cops found footage from the CCTV cameras placed in the light post near Matt's house. Is that footage? They saw Nina coming out of the house. She stood on the sidewalk and looked left and right, as if someone was going to arrive. She talked for some time more, and within a few minutes, a truck came from the right. She got close to the truck to see who it was, and suddenly the driver's side window rolled down. The driver didn't come out of the truck, but Nina got into the truck. It implied that whoever was in the truck was known to her. Even though the cops didn't see the truck driver, they could spot the license plate number of that truck. And the next day, our college campus get flooded with cop cars. Cops came and arrested Stanley. Yes, it was her truck. She picked Nina up in front of Matt's house. And once Nina get inside her truck, she never came back. The cops searched her house and found 2 dead bodies in her basement. One was her husband, Mr. Stanley, and the other was Nina. The entire college was shocked as hell. Miss Stanley murdered Nina. But why? After 2 days of strict interrogation, Miss Stanley finally confessed. She said her husband was cheating on her with Nina. He first saw her in OnlyFans and got into an affair with her. Miss Stanley said her husband was spending a lot of money on Nina. She fought and told her husband to leave her many times, but he never listened. I saw her confession tape. She was screaming and yelling. These girls think they own this world. I recognize that. This is the bitch who's worn my husband. The moment I saw her mermaid tattoo, I had so much fun beating her to death. When she screamed and screamed, haha. I even made my husband watch her die. I said to him, "Oh, my God. You enjoyed it when she posed for you like a slut. Or OnlyFans, are you not enjoying this now?" My best friend was beaten to death by this psycho woman. She stabbed her husband to death. Sometimes I sit in my room and rewind that moment when Nina went to take the call outside. If only I could rewind time, make things right again. Before starting the story, I would suggest you guys to go subscribe to the channel. It turns out that most of you guys who watch me aren't actually subscribed. So if you like the content, want to support the channel, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell. It's free, and you can always change your mind later. There was a time when I used to visit this OnlyFans account a lot. I was a rich, spoiled kid back then. My dad bought me a car for my 18th birthday. Maybe because of my parents, too much affection. I cared less about others. I went to college, made new friends. My roommate George was a funny guy. He always seemed to joking me, pulling the legs of others. One day George told me, "Do you know Molly runs an OnlyFans account? Her post will set fire in your heart." If you know what I mean. I came home and logged onto this site, OnlyFans. I didn't intend to search for Molly, but somehow I got lost in this site. I was shocked to see some girls willing to go to any extent, just for some money. I mean, at times, a lot of accounts felt way creepy and disturbing to me. There were this one girl's disgusting videos of licking her partner's blood. I couldn't even understand why she did that. Honestly, I still don't. But let's get back to the story. So one day I was scrolling through the site. My parents went to see a friend, so I was alone in the house. While randomly checking the accounts, I noticed a profile named Sleeping Beauty. I subscribed with $5. The name made me curious, so I didn't think much before subscribing. The page started loading, so I went to the kitchen and grabbed some chips. I munched on the first chip and the screen opened, flashing up beautiful girls' images. The girl looked so young that I was sure she lied about her age on this site. I did not doubt that she was a minor. She was wearing revealing clothing, posing for the camera, but in all her pictures, her eyes were closed, and she was lying on a bed. So what? She posed. It looked like she was sleeping. I kind of liked her style. She was mysterious and different from most of the girls and OnlyFans. I texted her saying hi. "Sleeping Beauty, there is no doubt you are beautiful." Within a minute, she replied, "Hi Jack. I like you already. I like the way you clicked your pictures. It's creative. Thanks, love. Would you like to see more?" Sure. She sent me a picture with $10 unlock fee. I locked it and saw it was a picture of her bare-backed, face to the camera. Wow, its skin is flawless. I texted, "Wanna see more? How far are you willing to go, Jack?" She texted, "As far as you can take me." I was talking to her without hesitating, because this is how this site works, right? You like someone's content. You ask for more and they ask for money. If you want, you pay. Otherwise, you go for someone else. That night I spent $100 on her photos. But in every photo, she kept her eyes closed. I went to sleep, wondering how she would look if she opened her eyes. The next day I told George about this girl. Wait, what? $100 in one night? Are you insane? That girl surely made a fool of you. No one spends that much money on some naked pictures, bro. George replied. Even though he was right, I couldn't stay away from this girl. Every night before going to bed, I talked to this girl and gave her tokens of $30, sometimes $50. 4 days went by. She stopped coming online. I texted her, but she didn't see them or make new posts. I got very upset. I think I kind of fell for her unknowingly. Suddenly one night I started to get replies to my text. I opened the OnlyFans app and saw she texted me back. I got extremely excited. Where have you been all this time? Sorry, I got a bit busy. So did you miss me? Of course I did. I missed you a lot. I think I have fallen in love with you. You have got to tell me your name today. What's in the name, Jack? I want to meet you. I can meet you anywhere. Just tell me when and where. I will be there. Oh. You are so desperate. I like that in a man. Please don't joke with me. I seriously want to meet you and talk to you. I want to look into your eyes. Please send me a video. No, Jack. That's not possible. But I can see you some other pictures, which you will like without waiting for my reply. She sent me her picture wearing blue sleepwear, and her skin looked excessively pale to me. She was lying on the bed in the same manner. Usually she took her pictures from a side view. I always guessed she used to use a tripod, but this picture was taken from a top view. Like someone took this picture for her. The body was unusually stressed on the bed. I noticed bruises on her ankles. Oh, my God, are you hurt? How did you get bruises? What? Oh. That's nothing. I was doing a photo shoot. It was a themed photo shoot. I have a lot of money. I can take care of you. You don't have to work like this anymore. Please meet me once. I assure you, you will have a great time with me. But she went offline without replying to my last text. I can't sleep the entire night. I thought maybe I freaked her out. Maybe she only cares about the money. It doesn't want to reveal herself. Next morning, when I woke up, I see Sleeping Beauty has blocked me from her account. I felt heartbroken. I stopped going out or meeting friends. I kind of isolated myself from everyone. One day I was sitting in my room, scrolling my Facebook feed when I saw her again. But what I saw shut the hell out. It was a missing advertisement with a picture in the middle. It was that same girl from OnlyFans, except her eyes were open. This time it read Missing Cassandra. A 15-year-old girl, height 5'4". Fair complexion, round face. There has been missing for the last month. She was wearing a white shirt and blue skirt, and was carrying a school bag when seen last. She was coming home from school, and that was the last time anyone saw her. Please contact us if you get any information about our little girl. We are in terrible pain. Contact Vincent Smith, father, Gina Smith. Mother 7040 30020. I stood in my room to figure out everything. I then ran to my dad and told him everything. We went to the cops immediately and contacted her parents as well. I saved all her pictures that she sent me so far, even the last one. I understood why all this time her eyes were closed. Her abductor drugged her and clicked those pictures. I bet he is the one who tested me for money. But I was extremely worried, because that guy has hurt her. Which is why she got those bruises. The cops tracked down the profile and found the culprit. It was a 40-year-old man, living in a secluded cabin out of the city. He stalked Cassandra and kidnapped her on the way home. Unfortunately, when the cops broke in, they found the man trying to destroy her body by lighting it on fire. Yes, she was dead. The girl must have woken up from her state of trance and tried to fight this guy, and he hit her in the head with a blunt object. She died right at that moment. What disgusted me to the core was, the man tried to earn money by sending pictures of her dead body as well. That's why she seemed unusually pale to me. In the last picture, I deleted those pictures from my phone. The man got convicted for the charge of abduction and murder. Cassandra's parents left the city and moved away. I don't go to OnlyFans anymore. I wish her soul to rest in peace. I recently removed my OnlyFans account. Sometimes in life, one incident can change everything. That's exactly what happened to me. I am still trying to recover from it, hence I hope you all will be supportive of me. I am Emily, currently 20 years old. My dad lives with my stepmom now. I often see them during holidays. When I was 15, my mother died of cancer. My stepmom wasn't quite fond of me. So as soon as I turned 18, I moved out. I wanted to make a living on my own, thus I took a job in a beauty salon. The beauty salon didn't pay much, and I needed more money to survive on my own. One of my co-workers named Lucy told me about this site, OnlyFans. I heard people saying this is an adult site. It has risks of its own, but I was young. Hence, stupid. I opened an account by using my real name. That is Julie Mendez. As I checked out other accounts, I realized this is an easy way to earn a lot of money. All you have to do, it shows some skin. I did shy off at first. With time I started to take pictures of myself, wearing beautiful clothes. I didn't hesitate to reveal my face as well. In a month or two, lots of men started to subscribe to my account. I got lots of compliments. Some of them even agreed to pay me $50, $60 for my one intimate picture. I didn't think much, because the money was good, and all I had to do was post a picture or chat with them. I didn't tell my parents about this, because obviously I didn't want them to know. I knew they wouldn't understand, and my dad will get very angry at me. Days passed and my fan base grew. One night after coming home from work, I changed it to my nightgown and decided to click some pictures. I live in a one-story small wooden house. I stood in front of the mirror of my bedroom when my eyes went to the streets. There's a big window in my room. I saw a truck was parked on the sidewalk, adjacent to my house, and a man was sitting in the driver's seat and watching me. He has big creepy eyes. I could see a grin on his face. Even though the man noticed me watching him, he didn't drive away. He sat there and watched me. I ignored him thinking he will leave soon. But every time I clicked the picture and look at his truck, I saw him watching me with hungry eyes. His stare freaked me out. At a point, I walked towards the window and closed the curtains. I turned off my room light and waited to hear his truck drive away. The man waited for a few minutes and then finally started the engine. I heard the sound of him leaving. The next morning, when I woke up, I got a weird comment from a fan named Boris. He commented on one of my pictures from last night. "You don't have to hide from me. I anyway watch you here." Okay, so this is the same guy from last night. God knows how we get my address. Fucking creep, I said to myself. But there are people like this everywhere, so I didn't pay much attention. Also, he was a subscribed fan. And he too paid for my contents often. One day I was driving home from work. Suddenly I realized the truck is following. At first it didn't click. But when I stopped at a signal, that truck came beside my car and I saw it was Boris. That creepy guy. This time he was close to me, so I could see his entire face. I recognized him with those wide, still eyes. He didn't say anything, just watched me. I was feeling extremely uncomfortable, but I couldn't say anything. I was only waiting for the signal to go off and drive away as fast as possible. My car windows were already up. The signal was just about to change when Boris made a weird sound with his mouth, like the way we call a dog. I looked at him immediately, and he spat on my car window. I went into shock, thinking what just happened. And he drove away. The entire night I cried till I fell asleep. I wanted to go to the cops, but I fear my dad will come to know about this. I removed my account and quit OnlyFans immediately. I wanted this freak to leave me alone. When I didn't go to work for 2 to 3 days, Lucy came to see me. "What happened, Julia? Is everything all right?" I couldn't keep it in anymore. I broke into tears and told Lucy how this creepy guy stalks me wherever I go. Lucy calmed me down and said, "Why don't you tell your parents to come and stay with you for a while? I thought this can be a good idea." My dad came next week. After a lot of hesitation, I sat down with him and told him about this creepy guy and all the other details. He was pissed at me for opting to such a way for earning money, but moreover, he was relieved that I was safe. We decided to go to the cops first thing in the morning. But that night, something happened that will ruin my life forever. It was around 11:30. I was sleeping in my room. My father was watching a football game in the living room. I have always been a light sleeper. I could hear the low volume of the TV, but suddenly, another sound attitude. A clicking sound of the glass window of my room. I got up slowly. This jerk must have returned, I thought to myself. I decided to trap them this time. So I went slowly towards the window, without making any sound. I just thought to peek outside and make sure he's there, so that I can immediately call the cops and get him arrested right then. I didn't want him to see me, so I crouched on the floor and crawled to the window. I moved the curtain just a little bit to fit my eyes on the window. As soon as I placed my eyes on the window, I saw another pair of eyes already stuck on the glass. It was that psycho freak crouched down at my window. and looking directly into my eyes. For a second, I just froze. My eyes were dead still as they met his cold, lifeless stare. He didn't move or blink. I can never forget this scary moment. Suddenly, he lifted his face and grinned at me in the most demonic way possible. I screamed to the top of my lungs and fell on the floor. My father came rushing to my room, and he saw that man standing right in front of my window. He screamed at him, "You psycho, I will kill you." He then took out the baseball bat right under my bed and ran outside. Boris didn't expect my father to be at home, so out of panic he ran towards his truck to escape. But my dad was faster than I ran behind him too. And I saw my dad hitting Wars on the head from the back. Or screamed and fell on the floor. He was throbbing in pain, but at the same time he kept saying to my father, "Your daughter is a whore. How dare you hit me for that, slut?" My father went to hit him again in anger, but Boris took out a revolver and shattered no. I ran towards Dad. He fell on the floor, bleeding like hell. Boris got in his truck and drove away. My neighbors came out hearing the gunshot. They took my father to the hospital. I called the cops and told them everything, while sobbing in fear. The cops arrested Boris within 2 days. My dad recovered in the hospital. Thankfully, the bullet went through his shoulder and not his heart. Otherwise, he would have been dead. Many members of my family rebuked me for bringing all this on my father. My stepmom cut all ties with me. It took my father back to California. She doesn't let me talk to him anymore. She said it would have been better if Boris shot me instead of my father. I know I made a mistake for trusting a risky site to earn money. Sometimes I feel like I should give up on life. But then, I think, was all of that only my fault?